What's up, y'all? What's up? Wow, man. Wow. So, okay. So basically, yeah, I just wanted to get back, y'all. Wow, interesting. Interesting. Okay. So basically, the Breakfast Club is flagging people now and shutting down streams completely, right? That's cool. That's cool. I'll just use audio. I'll just use audio. How about that, man? All right. So I'm just gonna go through this quick, man. And damn, that's some shit. That's cool though. I don't give a shit. I mean, but basically this way I'll be able to play it a little bit more again. But what we're talking about here, and again, when you come in, hit the like, share, and subscribe button. What we're talking about, DJ Envy's in a little bit of trouble. All right. Basically promoting a dude that ran, and he might have run a scam, a Ponzi scheme with this guy named Kenya. Now, I wonder if by me putting this up, I don't know, am I bullying this dude? Because I did, they did give me a strike for putting up a picture of a person that I had a beef with and said I was bullying her. So I don't think I'm bullying this dude by showing a picture, but whatever. Bottom line is DJ Envy may be caught up in a Ponzi scheme. One of the biggest Ponzi schemes in the history of Black America. And the point I'm making with Umar is that this dude had Umar on his platform 6 times. And 6 times, Umar, they let Umar bullshit him without any sort of pushback. And Umar, who just said on the Breakfast Club, let me just go back to this. And this, so they basically can play audio. So let's just play audio then. International investments. Hold on a second. Gotten us to the finish line to help you with it. And Great North American Eclipse. I stopped, I saw the campus, I said, this looks pretty nice. When I got back from that Turner, I had to go to Cuba first to get my E5. Tell me if you can hear it okay. And put some ones up if you can hear it. But if you can hear that audio, then that's cool. But let me turn it up. Actually, hold on a second, y'all. Initiation, I practiced Yoruba spirituality. Came back from Cuba. And I got a chance to go into the school, and I saw it. I said, we want this school, but they wanted $2 million. We couldn't afford that. We only had $500,000. So I negotiated with them from August of 17 until February of 19. And they finally decided to sell us the building for the money that we had. Wow. So now we got the building. So what's been going on the past 3.5 years? Getting contractors who you can trust to help you with it. And contractors were not kind to us, man. They ripped us off. They scammed us. They stole out the building. The con is real. The con and contractor. I've been dealing with it for the last 5 years. It's very real, bro. You see that? He's been dealing with it for the last 5 years, right? Let's get back to this. This right here is DJ Envy and his boy, Cesar Pena, all right? The guy who he's involved with the alleged Ponzi scheme. Now, you think that if you had Umar Johnson on there since 2015, he had over $500,000 back then. Then he went on there again in 2017, 750,000. Then he went on there again. He'd been on there 6 times. And since then, this is DJ Envy, who said he's in the real estate business. So Envy is here talking with Cesar Pena about how to find a reliable contractor. This is back in 2020. I just want to, this video is what, 6 minutes long? But listen to DJ MV and this guy, how to find a reliable contractor. And there's certain things in here that he say that are problematic in that he sounds a lot like all these other dudes that are running game, the Jay Morrisons, the influence. But let's just listen anyway. Let's go.
Just going over a lot. What up, y'all? It's DJ MV, Flippin' MJ. Happy Friday. As you see, we're in the office on Friday. We're just going over a lot that's going on in 2020. We're talking real estate. And we're going to be doing a lot of these videos where we break down certain things and we talk to you guys so you guys can really understand. And we just really appreciate you guys supporting us. And hopefully you guys are getting the knowledge so you can invest in some of the things that you want to do in real estate, whether it's fix and flip or rental. So today we're going to talk about contractors. Now, the first thing people always say is, how can I find a contractor? They buy the house, they buy the crib, but now they don't know what to do next. Where do they find the contractors?
I mean, to be honest with you, I've been in the business now for 14 years, and that is one of the hardest things to do. You have to do your research. You do referrals, other people that you know that have experience. One of the most important things that I would say is always get references, right? Yeah. So when you meet a contractor, tell them, look, I want to talk to the last 3 people that you get to work for, and I want to see pictures, take them to the jobs that you just did. And that guy tells you, the guy's good, if he's bad, and if he's kind of telling you, oh, no, I'm not sure, then just walk away, because that's already a bad sign.
Right, because if he's good, the people will respect him and allow you back in their previous job.
Okay, right away, you know that he's official, right? Another thing is, too, you always want to make sure that they are insured and bonded.
Okay, what does that mean, insured and bonded?
Because they have a liability policy in case if they do work in your house and something happens, they're protected. Okay, and you're protected at the same time. Because if not, it could be a big problem. Somebody goes in there, comes the electric up, and the next thing you know, you want to sue them, but you want to go after them, and they don't have no access.
Right.
Because most of them don't. A lot of contractors, they're not licensed. You want to make sure that they're licensed by the state. That's very important. If you're first starting, right, you want to make sure if it's an electrician, you want to make sure he's licensed and insured. If it's a plumber, licensed and insured. Even though at our level, we don't care if somebody's really licensed, but we've been doing this for a long time, so we already know who's good and who's bad. So that's very important. I would definitely look for that. Always, contractors are very bad with money, right?
Most of them, not all of them.
Not all of them, but
a lot of them.
Most of them, right? So one of the things that we do is, instead of giving a contractor half up front and half of the job is over, we usually break the payment into like 4 to 6. That way we know that the money's not going to be spent like that, because most contractors, like you said, are bad with money. When they take your check, this check, they'll finish this job, that job, then when they get that check, they'll finish your job.
Correct.
So
now what, for people that don't know, what is a contractor's job to do? Because a lot of times contractors don't actually know how to do the work. They kind of supervise the work. So what is a contractor's job? And should I find a contractor that actually knows how to do the job?
It depends, right? Especially on the budget, right? A GC is a general contractor, right? Any of us right here in this room right now could go and get our general contractor's license for the state of New Jersey. You don't need experience. Anybody could be a GC. And that GC could hire the electrician, the plumber, the framer, and so on, right? So it's kind of one of those things too, that a general contractor really doesn't need experience, and that's the scary part.
Right.
So you definitely have to do your homework. What I learned in the past is that, let's say if you have an all-around guy, right, that could do everything, you kind of don't want to do that. You're better off breaking your projects in sections, let the plumber do this, let the electrician do this, let the framer do that. I think it's better that way, because when you just use one guy to do everything, he gets too comfortable. Right? He gets too comfortable with you, he gets too comfortable with your money. Like I had, to give you an example, right? Like I had this one guy before, he used to charge me $8,000 to build plumbing in a whole house, right? 3-family property, right? Which of course these are my prices, and I'm not saying that anybody out there is going to get these prices, right? But
Bottom
all of a
line,
sudden, that year, I gave the guy 18 properties, and by property number 19, he's telling me, "Oh, now I want to charge you 12,000." What do you mean, want to charge me 12,000? He's like, "Yeah, because I'm busy and you're giving me a lot of work." And I'm like, "Bro, if I'm giving you a lot of work, my price should go down, not up." So, like I said, he was comfortable with me. He was comfortable with my business, and he's counting my money. And he sees that I'm flipping these properties and making all this money. Now he's in my pocket. So that's the thing too, man. It's always good to not put all your eggs in one basket and find different guys to do business with.
Okay, well, that's what we do. I think we should do this every Friday, like Friday night gym, where we.
and there you go. You couldn't see. I mean, obviously he knows already that Umar shit isn't real, but all you got to do is sit down with Umar and say, "Yeah, we want to talk about the real estate and building your school." He's not doing that though, and so here we are. It's no surprise that Cesar Pena, who's an ex-drug dealer, by the way, an ex-criminal, just like Jay Morrison, just like most of these dudes. But I'm not saying that you can't be reformed, but doesn't mean that this man's an expert at anything but scamming people. So let's go to Tony the Closer's his feed on X, whatever the fuck this is, X. Anyways, this is August. This was 2 days ago. This was what, Monday. So according to him, he said 2.8 million in lawsuits against Rashawn Casey as of 9 a.m. today. The case is Barone and Martin versus Pena. 1.8 mil. Also 100,000. Yeah. Let's show more. Oh, yes. 8 cases. This is 1 case, 2 case, 3 case, 4 case, 5, 6, 7. All total of close to 3 mil. All against him. Co-founder and CEO. Well, let's continue. Address, he'll be just fine. He's going to jail. Damn. He's come on, look at this stupid. Come on, stupid, dumb motherfucker. He's an immigrant. We're I can't, bro. I can't with this now. Not now. Let's go down. Let's go down with Tony the Closer. See, yeah. Mr. Tasha K. See, Tony's been getting a lot of heat for this. They call him Mr. Tasha K, basically because he's exposing scammers. The bottom line is, if it's left to some of us, we can't monitor our community like that, bro. Look at this shit. Nope, I don't go to back and forth with punks. Let's go down. Let's go down. Yeah, I guess he's talking about.
He's responsible, man. He needs to own up. He's the public face of this. He's responsible. If he knew about this, which I think it's impossible for him not to have known about this, then he's 100% responsible as well. And for him to act like he should, his name shouldn't be mentioned around this. His name was mentioned when him and Caesar were always together, or when he hosted him on the Breakfast Club in New York. Like, it's a nationally syndicated radio show. People are hearing this. How are they not going to feel?
Because regardless of who you had beef with, and when you were shitting on Caesar like crazy, which is my partner, which affected me, I understood. I never called you and said, "Hey, Jose, you should stop because this is bad for my business." No, because I knew how you felt, and I knew what it meant to you. So I said, "I get it. Do what you got to do. I understand." When you spoke to me, called me, I never made you feel away. Oh, no, because I understood. Not only as a business partner, but at the time as a friend. So yes.
God damn, he's gotten huge. Oh my God. New 6,000, $100. Yeah. He's just breaking down the lawsuits, y'all. So now there's 8 lawsuits totaling about 3.5 million. Just lawsuit on top of lawsuit against Envy. I mean, They're about to bankrupt this dude. Fuck around. This guy may just die from all this stress. Look at how much weight he's put on. He may just die from the fucking stress. So, oh man, look at this. Look at this. This is an elderly person too. Damn. Damn, y'all. So yeah, you want to find out the skinny of this, go to Tony the Closer's platform. He'll be able to break it down for you. But yeah, bottom line, I hope Envy goes to jail because for him to stick up for a lot of these dudes in the Breakfast Club, in my opinion, it's just not. It's not a place that they don't protect you. That's all I can say. That's pretty much all I can say about that. But yeah, yeah, that's it I wanted to say on that. Nene Baby, what's up? Money to Burn, thanks for coming again. Philip Belgrave, thanks. Yeah, I'm gonna do the stills. Yeah, I'm gonna do the stills from now. I didn't know that Breakfast Club was that petty. Other crazy shit that's been going on, by the way. It just quickly on a couple of things. The Trump indictment. Look, can some people just? I see some folks feeling sorry for this dude. I mean, I understand Biden's a crook. You want to what? You want to talk about Biden's son? Yeah, Biden's son. They just mentioned that one of the lawyers is dropping from the case. So yeah, but Trump is a crook, bro. I understand this is all grandstanding, and the fact is, this dude is still a front runner in the Republican race. With everything coming against him, he's still a front runner. So I don't know why people are acting all getting sympathetic for Trump. All right, I don't give a fuck about this dude. Right? If he goes, he's not going to go to jail. He's not going to take a mugshot. I don't think they're not going to embarrass him at the end of the day because he's a president. So I just wish people would just pipe down. I mean, dude is a crook. He's just an open crook, and they decided to go after him, man. Maybe he may you know what, they might send him to prison. Who knows? But a few people that I hope goes to prison is Giuliani, and turns out Kanye West, your boy, one of his staffers, I guess, was harassing an elderly black woman and her family, trying to threaten them, saying that they had fake ballots. Go read the story. I pray that leads back to Kanye West. Pray. So what you get for linking up with this dude. And where's Donald Trump when all his people, his black people get in trouble? Because Kanye, if they catch up with Kanye on this, I mean, people were cheering this dude and saying he gives money to blacks and what. You're harassing an elderly black woman and her family, threatening her, threatening. Fact, hold on. Let me see if I can find the audio tape of this creature harassing an election staffer. Hold on. Like Kanye. Give me a sec. I'm gonna get that one. Where was that? Where? Um, Shoot. I'm looking for that woman's name. Give me a sec, y'all. Uh, Hold on, I'm gonna find that chick's name. Give me a sec, y'all. Give me a sec. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Man, that shit fucked my whole night up, man. Actually, wait a minute. Wait up. Wait up. Wait up. Not this. Not this. Here it is. Kanye's publicist. All right. I'm gonna get that in just a second, y'all. Kanye's publicist. Kanye's publicist. What's her name? Her name is crazy woman too, by the way. Travian Tootie. Rudy Freeman. Yeah, Travian Tootie. Yeah, that's her name. Hold on, listen to this. This is what Kanye's doing. A 62-year-old Freeman who signed up to be a temporary worker and count absentee ballots suffered violent harassment and threats after Donald Trump and his allies signaled her out as an architect to steal the election. And it was Kanye West's publicist that pressured the election worker to confess baseless allegations. How about that? This crazy bitch. Hold on. Let me Judy. Special place in hell should be okay. Shit, I'm looking for her. Damn. Hold on a second. I'm looking for this woman's how could this be erased from Twitter now? How the hell? Shit. So they erased the whole video of this shit. I want to play the video. His publicist. Defendant. Fuck. Okay. Here it is. This is from the Majority Report, but let me play this anyway.
You know, like this woman down.
Critics have become convinced. Do we know why Kanye West's publicist was doing this?
Reuters says
As Digby set up, this is a woman who was an election. I mean, call her an official, I guess. Yeah, an election worker in Georgia, and these lunatics have become convinced that the entire election turned on what this woman does. The FBI has basically said you got to go into hiding, more or less.
and we should say too that this I guess conflict or this interaction happened in this Georgia election workers or in a suburban home. This was not in the actual facility where they were counting ballots, which is what I thought when I saw the headline initially.
Yeah, this is body cam footage from the Cobb County Police Department, and you have Kanye West's publicist is speaking with Ruby Freeman, who is the Georgia election worker. Do we know why Kanye West's publicist was doing this?
Reuters says the visitor, Trevian Kuti, gave her name but didn't say she worked for West, a longtime billionaire fan of Trump. She said she was sent by a high-profile individual. And she basically says, confess to Trump's voter fraud allegations or people would be at her home in 48 hours and she'd go to jail. That's what she said. The election.
This.
No problem.
Listen to this.
Not that I didn't know about this. We would like to let you know first and foremost, we have put in place that the injury to the time before we had to I cannot say what specifically will, so you guys, I just know that you know, this for freedom and
Those of you who can't hear this crazy bitch, all right? For those of y'all who can't hear this crazy bitch, this is what she's saying. Um, Again, she's basically threatening. This is his publicist threatening a 62-year-old black woman. A 62-year-old black woman. She said that she had to put in placement a way to move you, a way to secure you from what may be secured over the next 48 hours. We have probably 48 hours to move you. We would do it on your schedule. I can't say specifically what will take place. I just know that it will disrupt your freedom and the freedom of others and some of your family members. All right. She said that, and this was all recorded on body cam. She basically Freeman told Reuters that Cootie and the man pressured her to confess to voter fraud. All right. And she recalled that if you don't tell everything, you're going to jail. This is his publicist doing this stupid shit. This crazy ass motherfucker right here. This woman. This is how much Kanye cares about black folk. All right. You people are sick. You dudes who worship Trump are sick. You're in a cult. You don't even fucking know it. Like Trump is supposed to save us. This good. I pray that this gets to Kanye. I hope. Fools are out of your fucking mind for real. Really. So says she works for some of the. This is what this woman, this same woman that you're seeing right here. She's telling this woman, this elderly woman, we work for some of the some of the biggest names in the industry. Crisis is my thing. All right. And she said he changed her name and said Cootie has publicly supported Trump and other Republicans. She's worked on the campaign of Angela Stanton. Oh my God. Yeah. I think we should stop there. We should stop there. Angela Stanton King. So this chick is a full grifter then. Basically. Basically. Yeah, one of the judges are. But listen, man. I hope this chick goes to jail. I hope some of this stuff just falls off on Kanye. I pray it does. I pray it does. But fuck Trump, fuck his fuck his indictment. He goes to jail, he goes to jail. Fuck him. Also, y'all heard about this story? How many of y'all seen The Blind Side? All right. This was that movie about basically a white savior. Apparently, The Blind Side wasn't a true story. Oh, no shit. Turns out The Blind Side was all smoke and mirrors and bullshit. This chick right there is the movie side, obviously Sandra Bullock, and another dude who's playing the guy is probably like a typecast actor who just, just found some big black guy to play it. She won an Oscar for it. And there you have this woman, Lee something. The hell is this woman's name? Leanne Tui. Leanne Tui is her name. All right. So apparently the movie's bullshit. They had this guy in a conservatory, a la Britney Spears. and he's just basically asking for his life back. Matter of fact, let me just get the story itself. Uh go back. All right. Michael Orr, depicted in The Blind Side, claims he was never adopted. Said the family promoted adoption. Michael Orr says the story was a lie. Um, the NFL star whose life story inspired an Oscar-winning film says he genuinely believed he'd been adopted, but it turned and that they took him in as a teenager in Memphis with the mother who struggled with drug abuse. O'Hare often found himself without a stable home and became a ward of the state by age 11. By the time he met the Tuohys, he was homeless. Now, nearly 20 years later, O'Hare says the couple misled him into signing away his legal rights and entering a conservatorship under the that would legally make him a member of the family. Conservatorships are legal arrangements that can strip people of their civil rights, putting third parties in charge of their ability to make contract or medical decisions for themselves. Now, mind you, this chick is ultra Christian. She's a mega Christian. So that means, you know, you can, let's say if you wanted to get medication, or if you wanted to go to a hospital for certain things, that type of stuff. And how rich is this woman? This is from Wiki. This is from Wiki. Hold on. Actually, yeah. This is from Wiki right here. The woman married a multimillionaire. All right. She's typical, housewife, typical Southern housewife, blonde, blonde chick, kind of trim, whatever. Born in Memphis, Tennessee. Um, she and her husband own 115 fast food franchises of Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken, as well as of 2020 owned 11, having sold the majority in 6 separate transactions. All right. She's an interior designer. So basically, it's a rich, housewife. She doesn't have to do that much. And she was named one of the 3 new design team members for ABC's Extreme Makeover. Blah, blah, blah. Her and her husband are authors of a book, Share the Power of Cheerful Giving, published in 2010. Blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it turns out the story was bullshit. Dude's, I guess he feels kind of trapped. He wants to get out. But when I hear about these guys, this is actually the story that comes to mind when I think about the lady from The Blind Side. This is the story that comes out with the lady from The Blind Side. And I just want to, some of y'all might remember this story. Let me just go ahead and get to it. What's up, Muslim? No, he was in a concern. I think somebody Money to Burn just put him on to what was going on. Kind of like, again, I just think that he thought they were taking care of him when really it took his rights. Like the movie made over $300 million. This woman got 3% of that, which is like what, like 9 million or whatever. She got 3% of the earnings. Or 30%. I think 30% of the earnings, excuse me. So they made about $90 million. And he has no say in a movie that was revolved around his life. So yeah, I think when you figure out the truth, you're going to be kind of upset too. But this story right here, some of y'all might remember it. This same woman, Leanne Tony, I'm sure this story happened when? This story happened back in what year? I forgot the year it happened. But some of y'all remember, this was some years back. She saw two young black men in a restaurant. And I guess they were talking with each other, and she looked over there and she thought that they were doing something wrong. Let me just read what happened. Leanne, that nice woman Sandra Bullock played in The Blind Side 2, recently posted the following picture and a caption on her Facebook and Instagram. This is what she did. All right. As you can see, the Becky and the two black boys surrounding her and looking, I don't know, a bit confused. Said, we see what we want. It's the gospel truth. These two are literally huddled over in a corner, nose to nose. And the person with me said, I bet they're up to no good. Well, you know me. I walked over, told them to scoot over. After 10 seconds of dead silence, I said, so what's happening at this table? Right? So, basically, I mean, they could have just told her none of her business. And she said, I get nothing because, of course, as you can see, she's not their mom. And then I explained it was my store and they should spill it. So, again, they own fast food restaurants. So, again, this is her customer. And she's basically scolding them like they're her kids. And so they showed me their phones. They were texting friends trying to scrape up $3, each for the high school basketball game. Well, they all left for smiles, money for popcorn, and bus fare. We have to stop judging people, but isn't that kind of what she did? And assuming and pigeonholing people, don't judge a book by their cover, or however you like to express that sentiments. Accept others and stopping seeing what you want to see. So she went over there, basically butt into their business and flipped it to make it out like she was a hero. So here are the comments of people, both people full of praise for her and telling her how awesome she is. And then reading these responses is baffling, but like these people said, I had the same words. Let's break down what's happened. Two teenagers were sitting alone, completely minding their own business. A white woman decides that based on the fact that they're huddled in a corner nose to nose, they're up to no good. Because obviously when black people, especially black men, gather in public, it's bad news for both of us, for the rest of us. Number 3, another white woman, one Leanne, I adopted a black boy, so I can't possibly be racist, Tui, decides that white lady number 1 is wrong, which is actually the correct assumption for Miss Tui to make. So I guess this is where some people are getting confused because we see that her intent is good, and that makes us want to believe that the action that follows will also be good. She's at a crossroads here. Two roads diverge. Had she taken the road less traveled, Miss Tui might have said to her friend, wow, you're being really racist right now. I'm not comfortable with how this conversation is going. Instead, she decided to confront the teenagers who, as a reminder, have done absolutely nothing wrong. Leanne then walks over to the two boys and sits there in silence. And I'm sure that wasn't scary for two black teenagers at all, especially given recent events. Again, this is around the time, well, it's always happened where we're getting mowed down wholesale. I guess this is around the time Tamir Rice, Trayvon Martin, a number of killings, as it always happens. But this is where she's very tone deaf of what's going on. And then, unsure of the correct answer to the question, other than we're two friends sitting together, not causing any trouble, which probably seemed too obvious for them to point out, the boys remain silent. Leanne tells them that this is her store and they need to spill, right? Again, they've done nothing wrong except be public and be black. Then, after being interrogated by Leanne, and probably afraid that they'd say what they say, she probably called the cops. The boys show her their phones. This part just breaks my brain. Like, these two kids had to show this woman evidence that they are actually what they seem to be doing, sitting at a table having a conversation. Apparently, satisfied with the evidence the boys presented this woman with, Leanne gives them bus fare and money for popcorn, and not before she has white lady number one, the original racist, take the picture with her. Miss Tui then posts a picture on the social media because, of course, she's an attention whore. I add that. And receives thousands of responses lauding her for being such a good person. And this just really, this speaks to what's going on with The Blind Side. The Blind Side was a whole lie, but it portrayed this white woman as a savior that saved this young boy's life. And when she's really just exploited it and has basically reaped all the financial benefits from his life. But she's made out to be a hero to the point Sandra Bullock gets an Oscar award for it. So Leanne profiled two black kids. This is exactly actually what happened. She profiled two black kids, invaded their privacy, interrogated them, but somehow people are behaving like this is some kind of wonderful social justice moment. No, not even a little. This is some fucked up racial profiling combined with white saviorism, and it's racist as hell. Assuming that those kids were doing something as bad, it was racist. Assuming she could take up their space at a table was racist. Insisting that they talk to her was disrespectful and racist. Wanting evidence that they weren't up to no good was racist. Treating those boys as props to make her look good and then posting this picture publicly, and honestly, I wonder if the boys consented to that, is incredibly racist. Also, can we talk about how problematic using the phrase "don't judge a book by its cover" is when comes to talking about race? First of all, it begins with the assumption that the cover, in this case black skin, tells you something unappealing about the contents of the book or person. It also implies that there is something unattractive or bad about the cover, or again, skin. I can't believe that I have to say this, but there is nothing wrong or bad about black skin. Black skin is not unpleasant or ugly, and to imply that dark skin might devalue someone is really, really fucked up. Who wrote this, by the way? Who wrote this? I mean, I guess I gotta. I don't even see who wrote this thing, but it's a good article. The bell jar. I guess this is where it came from. But yeah, and this is the boys talking about it. Yeah, like people don't know what really happened because I actually had money. I have a job. This is the boys basically telling you the truth about this situation. One of the teens involved responded on Instagram. His name has been blurred out for privacy. Yeah, like people don't know what really happened because I actually have money. I have a job. I have had one for over a year. I was going to pay for my brother, the other guy in the picture, but he was insisting on waiting on his uncle, but his phone was dying. So we're charging it, which is the reason we were in KFC. Again, she owns a KFC in the first place, and the game was only 3 minute walk up the street. I don't see why she said bus fare. That kind of ticked me off a little, but the way she worded it, making us seem less fortunate. Again, assuming that these guys are derelicts. And that wasn't the case at all. When she came over to us, she never mentioned her initial reason, but because of her friend's comment, I'm now finding that out. Damn. And I mean, so may I ask how she asked you for the photo? She never actually asked us for the photo. She was as for it as she was handing us money. She was like, "Hey, you know what? I think this would be a great picture." And everybody with her was like, "Yeah, totally." So we just went along with the situation. Like, sure, why not make your Michael Orr's mom? But the whole time I was thinking, you know, why'd she come up to us in the first place? I was still clueless until she posted a picture on social media stated, the person with me said, I bet they're up to no good. And folks, this is why this woman right here, the blindside chick. What's up, Samba? How you doing? Yeah. This is why this woman is problematic. This is what happened with the blind side. And I watched the movie too. The movie's a good movie. And whatever. I mean, but again, this just shows you that it was blatant racism, but it's in a different package because she's got that sweet southern charm. She's a smallish woman, blonde, again, housewife, blah blah blah. So yeah. So basically she's able to get away with it. Let's go in. Becky and the Black Boys. Yep. This was the first story that came to mind when all of this came up. This is the first story that came to mind when I saw this story. Because I remember that story like it was yesterday. I don't know why Naps and Mac are always compared to me. Because we don't sound familiar. Mac was born on the island. He has a stronger accent. I don't. But yeah, I mean, I think that's it too. But yeah, man. Well, yeah, I do try to offer better content. I mean, YouTube, ScrewTube, fucking my content today, but whatever. But the content basically, this clown right here, DJ Envy, is now looking at being a part of one of the biggest Ponzi schemes possibly in the history of Black America. And he's always talking about people who look like us. Envy doesn't look like us, folks. Neither he nor Caesar Pena look like us. They're not. I don't know what is he, Dominican or whatever? He doesn't look like us. He's not part of us. He just isn't. All right. So this is what this is about. We're gonna see how this goes. I myself think he's in trouble. I think that if he doesn't go to jail, I can see Caesar going to jail. Or, like I said, this is a recent picture. This guy just ballooned. I think this guy, in my opinion, I can see him kicking the bucket. And his wife, from what I understand, she filed for bankruptcy. So I see this, if it's a Ponzi scheme, if you ever get a chance, read up on the Bernie Madoff story. All them people who killed themselves and deleted themselves and shit, they were billionaires jumping off buildings. Go watch, if you have Netflix, go watch a bunch of stuff on Bernie Madoff, bro. Like, this dude, like, took a bunch, just left with everything. And I can see that happen with Envy, man. I can see it happening. Oh, by the way, just on a side note, this also happened as well for those who've been following. This is your boy, Derek Jackson. As you know, his crazy ass kooky wife had a couple of interviews a couple of months ago, and she laid out how I guess she was trying to be a whore for Derek, and Derek just wasn't, I guess he wasn't feeling it. And she went on her tour, and she was, like, again, this chick right here, and look, crazy. You can say that maybe that Derek hurt her. Nah, I think that was before Derek even met her, to be honest with you. And I think these two are in on the hustle themselves. I think these two are grifting heavily. So now Derek is coming back, and he's going on his tour. You can just go to the Shade Room, show some of it, but also YouTube. But basically, what he's doing is going where I thought he was going to go back to the church. We all make mistakes. I was wrong, blah blah blah. And that same female audience is going to see that he's contrite, and he's going to bounce back, in my opinion. He's not going to go red pill, even though he's fully red pill. This dude is he's clearly been basically screwing everything that ain't screwed down. So I think that he will bounce back. I don't think he's gonna. The Manosphere will never forgive him. I never really paid that much attention to him, except that meme that he had with him carrying groceries and the muscles and all that other bullshit. But I don't. He's going back to these church platforms. I have sinned. We're all wrong. We all fall short of the glory of God. Blah blah blah. As you see, he still keeps himself in shape. The women won't be able to resist, and you're gonna see the basically the grift. It's gonna level out, and he's gonna go back to doing what he's been doing. So to me, like they've got it, but I can remember growing up with Afro. He's not Afro-Hispanic though. That dude ain't Afro-Hispanic. Who trusts a DJ? Yeah, I don't know. Spot him. I can't tell you. I can't. Yeah. He is a commie. You are absolutely right. But Derek is basically, listen. When you see the actually, let me see if I can play some of this. I don't think I'll get killed. This is just from and I saw what's her name, the plainest Jane playing some of this, and she didn't get knocked. So yeah, here we go. Here we go. Let's give me a sec. Let's go and let's listen to Derek. Again, he's gonna go on these Christian platforms, and you already know the grift, and they're gonna eat it up. Let's listen.
Was aggressive. Like I don't have aggressive energy towards a woman except in intimacy. And so how I would express my affection oftentimes was aggressive. Like I want to pick her up. Yeah. I don't just kiss her. I pin her up against the wall, put my hand around. I'm not trying to get graphic. Yeah. There's context here. So I come up behind her and hug on her, kind of aggressive. But that would make her really, really shut down. I ain't never been so sensitive to rejection because we all get rejected, but this is the first time I felt that. And what felt safer was to go out and at least have friendships with other girls. Just the conversation felt like receptiveness, like acceptance again. Mm-hmm. But those loose boundaries turned into no boundaries. So, if we continued to clash and she continued to pull away or what have you, and I'm not getting no answers or whatever, I'm especially in my prideful state, I'm thinking, man, she got me effed up. So I'm over here doing the right thing and she over here acting like I ain't nothing. So now there's a party tonight or there's a girl on campus and then she got her own dorm room. And that's whenever I started messing around.
Which is interesting. Now I realize something. You were trying to be on the straight and narrow, and that aggressive personality that you had, because she told us on the podcast that she had experienced a rape 2 weeks before y'all met.
Everything that happened that was really painful was really one long repetitive pattern.
Right.
Me feeling rejected for this, that, and the other. And she handles, becoming okay again a certain way. But I didn't know certain forms of affection that were natural to me just felt scary to her, put her back in a certain space where, certain things that happen. So, yeah.
And that's so interesting. It's like, I'm getting understanding. It's like you have this woman who has experienced this huge violation of her body, her soul, her spirit, this brokenness. She meets this guy who she says she just loved the man. She loved your dirty draws. You're wanting to show your affection. You grabbing her by her neck. You've been aggressive physically, from a sexual standpoint. She's getting nervous. She's getting triggered on all levels. Don't even realize that she's been triggered like this. She's closing up rejection to you because you've experienced that growing up. Mom no longer is kissing you and tucking you in bed at night. Rejection. So now you're like, now I'm going to go self-medicate.
Again, the contrition. We all have sinned and come short. This is a whole one church sermon, and all the shit that he did is going to go right out the window. Everything. And his wife, who still his wife isn't going to leave. She likes the benefits of being his wife and being the mother of his kids. She's not going anywhere. Let's go.
Okay, I have this history of looking at porn, and now the way I self-medicate is watching this. So now I'm going to do the outward extension of that.
Yeah.
Now I'm over here hanging out with girls. One thing leads to another. Now you're over here smashing. Now it's triggering her. How did she ever find out when you first cheated on her?
Well, I think she broke that down. Let's see. He tells his truth and the dear future wife he Like he already has a wifey, but he basically tells his truth. When a woman, he's yeah. So basically, Derek, the only sorry I want to hear him say is sorry. Derek Jackson said he had no idea letting his ex-wife Dana speak her truth in Bonnet would back. How can you not? How can you not think that shit was gonna backfire, bro? Come on. This shows this was planned. These two are in this together, man. This is a team. These two are a team. What are you talking about? Oh my god. Ah, let's go back. Let's see if there's more of this shit. Ah, these two are nutty. Oh, this is the other interview, I guess. Hold on, Man of Prestige. Yeah, this is a logger. This is the other interview that he's on. But yeah, man, these two are just hustling. She's selling what prayer claws for like $700 or some crazy shit like that. Yeah, the grift on this one is strong. The grift on that one is heavy, bro. Like again, and she last time I saw her, like she sometimes she gets on camera. I mean, she can look good when she wants. She's just nutty. And she had a beard the last time I saw her, man. Like these two right here. I'm just insanity. But the stuff I posted, did it help? He's a mass, yeah. No, he's gonna start if Jay Morrison is starting a church, this dude right here is definitely gonna start a church, bro. But yeah, just absolutely crazy, these two, bro. But yeah, he's laid it on thick. He cannot go to the manosphere or no shit like that. They will absolutely crush him. So he's basically going back to the church. And oh yeah, definitely. He's gold. The woman can't, yeah, they're gonna forgive him. They are gonna forgive him, and she's gonna keep him. They're not divorcing, they just separated. But this is a hustle, and he's making tons of money from this. Remember, these guys are making tons of money. And all he's fighting now, his only competition is Kevin Samuels ghost. And how is it that people keep quoting Kevin Samuels like Kevin Samuels help relationships? Kevin Samuels just hustled, yo. I don't understand. I don't understand the Kevin Samuels love, who, by the way, had so many fruity moments. I can't, I've lost count with that shit. So come on already. So yeah. Um, yeah. But it said if you're gonna have marital mental problems, why would you want to rebrand or make money? And you want to make money, why not just do it online? Well, yeah, I I don't know. I mean, I guess it again, I think that their relationship was probably always like this, but those two are in this together, man. This is all like a team. This is a team uh hustle. Like they're both basically using this to grift and hustle, man. That's it. That is it. But yeah, man, I'm gonna shut down that other live. And as far as this is concerned, we're gonna see with Envy, bro. We shall see with Envy and what's his name, flipping Jersey or whatever the fuck that is. But yeah, I hope that this dude goes. I hope something happens. I know somebody's gonna be going to prison for this. If this Ponzi scheme is as big as they're saying it is, I mean, he just Tony the Closer, as you saw, was just up to 4 million. All right, 4 million. So yeah, and the Breakfast Club, that shit is dead by at this point anyway. You're not learning shit. As I said before, there is no black press. There's none. All right, I can't with any. There's no black press. Not the Breakfast Club, not any of this new black media you guys are talking about. None of that bullshit. So yeah, man, we're gonna see what happens with that. As I said before, too, fuck Trump, fuck his indictment. I know there's some black girl magic, with these prosecutors, both in Atlanta and New York. I don't give a shit. You know, I don't think Trump, the fact that this dude is still able to run and he has all of these charges against him is just mind blowing to me. But, and also, too, you know what else happened? Did y'all read that gay letter that Obama supposedly wrote back in the day? Obama supposedly wrote a letter. A letter came out where Obama said that he liked dudes, which honestly is not surprising. It ain't surprising. But supposedly there's a letter that Obama wrote. Let's see, hold on. Oh, now Obama. Let me get this. Yeah, here it is. Well, supposedly he wrote a letter saying that he likes dudes. Yeah, I'm waiting for this. Damn, this is taking a while for this to load. I guess everybody's here. It is. Barack Obama X told X. Here it is. This is out of the New York Post. So, wait a minute. No, a couple of people are reporting this. Not just the Post, the Independent, the Pink News. Hey, oh boy. Anyway, it's the Post, but whatever. Barack Obama told X, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination. Oh, God. Yikes. Former President Barack Obama wrote of his own androgynous mind and making love to men daily, but in the goodness. According to the redacted portion, now notorious 1982 letter obtained by the Post. The more than 40-year-old letter to an ex-girlfriend recently resurfaced after Obama biographer David Garrow gave a long and winding interview on the one-time commander-in-chief. In regard to homosexuality, I must say that I believe this is an attempt to remove oneself from the present, a refusal perhaps to perpetuate the endless farce of earthly life. You see, I make love to men daily, but in the imagination. Obama, who is 21, wrote to Alex McNear in 1982. You know that people are going to have fun with this. They're already saying that Michelle's a man. We know that they have their kids through, intro fertilization. So, yeah, I mean, and stop it with the Michelle's a man bullshit. I mean, like, stop it, y'all. Like, you can tell if she's a tall woman, but stop it with the Michelle's a man. But you know, people hate Obama, and I'm not a big fan of his either. But people are gonna run the rumors, and yeah, that's just another thing that's gonna run now with the Obamas. But listen, thanks for swinging through, and thanks for just maintaining through the technical difficulties. Fuck ScrewTube, all right, for fucking my shit up, but that's all right. We'll see what happens with Envy, man. But work time tomorrow, man. One more thing I want to say. One more thing. Let me say this, because a lot of you are from the sector here, and let me just say this. And I know that some of y'all, you like this person, you hate that person, you're good friends with this person, whatever. And I know a lot of y'all don't rock with this dude, but let me say this. Big ups to Shakim Ra for taking down Charcoal Grills and her goofy ass mate. All right, those two. And I thought that the Rev, he brought up the fact that this dude got all these sort of child support issues. Turns out this all was true. But I will say this though, bro. I told y'all before, when someone says, oh, I'm a grown man, when they're always saying that I'm this big tough guy and you call yourself grown man and all this other shit, He reminds me of the dude in the hood walking around with the Rottweiler and pit bulls, using that to make themselves seem like they're tough. And when Sha Kim opened all the books, and that woman who herself has child charges of child abuse against her, and he did mention that this is what she does. She draws people in, friends them, and then starts accusing them of attacking her kid. But these two are a whole full band of, they're just full-blown weirdos. These two, they need to shut the fuck up from here on in, please. Really, these two need to shut the hell up on some real shit. They have to shut the hell up at this point. This woman who has charges against her for child abuse herself, and they're trying to attack everybody. And I'm telling you, drama, be careful, bro. Be careful. They just came out of nowhere and just started attacking and slandering me out of nowhere. She attacked Breaking for out of nowhere, like, oh, you enlisted my kid, you attacked my kid. They're crazy. And let me just say this, because clearly they're trying to make money off of beef. Well, people who make money in the beef sector, you have to have some notoriety first. You can't just go in and start making beefs and, like, you know, as a way to make money. Kwame Brown makes money in the beef sector because he has a little notoriety. Hassan Campbell has a little notoriety. And so on and so forth. Then you can make money beefing back and forth. No one knows you dudes. So yeah, I mean, again, I know some of y'all have issues with him, but that right there, that takedown and to open that up, those two need to shut the entire fuck up. And anybody else who rocks with them. So yeah, man, that's it for me. Like, share, subscribe. You got any comments you have to say, just leave it in the comment section, and we'll see what happens with all this shit. And yeah, man, peace out. I'm out. Good night.